Okay, so we replaced each flux by its expression. We were finding the expression of Q dot radiation. So we replaced epsilon by the value given, which is 0.9. The Boltzmann constant is 5.67 times 10 to the power minus 8 times the area times the temperature of the surface to the power 4. So this should be equal to 0. Okay. Now you get a fourth order equation, and so your only unknown is TS. So you are not responsible of solving such equation, of course. The question was just to write the equation for TS. So if you do some simplifications, first you have A will be simplified because A is figuring out in all terms. Okay, and now let us write together the final result. I will write the final result for this balance. So if you just do expansion and you group terms, you group constants together, you group terms function of TS4 together. Okay, so here you have just, if you want, one term in TS, okay, which is this one, 5TS. You have one term in TS4, and the other values are constant values. So here you have 0.95 times 400. You have from this side 5 times minus 298. So if you just group constants together, you will get the following equation. You get minus 5.103 times 10 to the power minus 8 of TS to the power 4 minus 5TS plus 1,890 equals to 0. Okay. Now, solving for this equation, you can deduce what is the value of TS in Kelvin. Okay. Now, of course, in case sometimes in some applications, we can evaluate this coefficient. So depending on the value of this coefficient, we can neglect, if you want, emitted radiation or not. So this term is coming from emitted radiation by the surface. Okay, so depending on the value of the surface temperature and depending on the emissivity and Boltzmann constant, this term might be influencing the equation or not. So when you solve, if you want, for the value of TS, you can compare the actual value with the one obtained by neglecting a radiation effect. So if we neglect radiation effect, then we can, please pay attention. If we neglect radiation effect, we cannot say just this term should not be considered, but also here within this term, we added the effect of, if you want, already here in this problem, it was not an issue, and as I told you, you don't have two surfaces, you have one surface. But in case we have two surfaces, okay, and you have one fluxes that is entering your box and one that is leaving, if you neglect radiative effects, you will neglect then both fluxes, and then you will cancel out this term and the part of this term, which is coming from radiation. In general, whenever in indoor applications, we say that if the difference in temperature between surfaces is lower than 10 degrees, we can neglect radiation. Okay, so we can test this, yani from experience. When you have relative difference between temperature of surfaces that is small, taking into consideration radiation will not have a big effect on your solution. Here, to know if radiation is really affecting your or the emitted flux is affecting your result or not, you can solve for TS with taking into consideration this number. Then you can repeat your analysis without considering this radiated flux, okay, this emitted flux. Then you will just consider convection and solar flux and Q dot generated, and you will see what is the difference. So how the emitted flux is really affecting your result or not. Okay. Any question on this problem? This is a problem from previous exam. So this is the style of problem I give. So this is one of the possible scenarios of an exam problem. Okay. Any question related to this problem or to any other problem you practiced watching the videos?
No.
Okay. طيب. Concerning the project, don't forget the deadlines. You have a deadline within 2 weeks, okay? So please try to work hard on your project these 2 weeks, so we can start to have our presentations within 2 weeks.
Doctor, should we send you the file by email or on WhatsApp or what?
No, I will open a submission for the project report, okay? I will open a
Okay.
submission on Moodle, because look,
Okay.
please pay attention for plagiarism, because plagiarism is tested for your reports, okay?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Any question? Okay, so see you next time. Bye bye. And we'll
Bye.
talk soon about an exam date, okay? The exam is not
Yes.
we have time for the exam, but no, in general it includes chapters, introduction chapters, this chapter 2 and chapter 3, okay? So we are nearly done with chapter 2, and I will assign for you videos for next week, and then hopefully we'll do some practical problems together on chapter 3.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.